Good evening and welcome to Bedford High Gymnasium, where we're going to bring you some girls action between the Bulldogs and the Pioneers of Trinity. Hi, I'm Harry Kozlowski here with Corey Munstertiger. Bedford swept the home and home with the Concord Crimson Tide and now stand at 2-1 in Division I, and they're tied for sixth place with the Memorial Crusaders.
Yeah, the Bedford team has to be happy with two 17-point victories in a row against Concord. Pretty consistent after dropping their first heartbreaker to Bishop Girton by 5 after having a sizable lead heading into the fourth quarter. So they'll look to continue their winning ways this evening, Harry, as we get started here in just a few minutes as the starting lineups are being introduced.
So Dakota Correa, guard, is the first starter announced. Devin Booth, also guard, number 3. Number 35, Achol Tour. Number 11, Kobe Ginta. And number 12, Lori Gamlin. Those are your Trinity starters.
And on the Bedford Bulldogs, we'll see number 31, Lana McCarthy, at a forward center position. Sydney Grogan, the sophomore guard, number 14. Safia Mampini, number 13, the junior guard forward combo. And number 20, Catherine Pennick, who's a forward, and 30, Isabella King will round out the starting 5 for the Bedford Bulldogs. We'll take a quick pause here for the anthem.
And the national anthem before the game will be starting off momentarily. No tip-off, of course, this year. I believe the road team is given the first possession. And we'll be ready to go here in just a moment. This is going to be Trinity Week on BCTV and WBNH. Of course, we've got the Pioneers girls basketball team here today. Wednesday, we've got the hockey team. That's going to be a 7:45 puck drop, boys hockey, I should say. Then on Friday, the Trinity boys are here. And then Saturday, we play Trinity again. And why do we play them twice? Because it's a home and home, and both hockey teams share the same home, Sullivan Arena.
Getting after
Saturday
it this
games
week
at
here.
4 o'clock, you say? Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. But the Wednesday game is 7:45, am I correct? 4 o'clock or in the afternoon. Okay. Wow. Well, here we go. Dakota Correa inbounding to Devin Booth. She's being watched by Sydney Grogan.
Bedford starts in their man-to-man defense here.
Achol Tour dishes it off to Correa. Now Gamlin, watched by King. Looking for an outlet pass, gets it out there. Bedford playing a pretty tight defense here, not giving any room.
Yeah, they're stepping into the passing lanes early, making it tough on the Pioneers to get even basic passes to go.
Now Chol drives for the basket and misses it. No call by the official. Rebound to King and feeds it to Mumpini, who lays it up too hard. Goes off the board. It goes out of bounds off a Bulldog. It'll be Trinity ball.
Alana McCarthy was for the offensive board, just couldn't corral, and it goes out along the end line. Trinity reset here.
So Booth brings it over the timeline. Over to Ginta. Drives. Leaves it there for Gamlin. She loses control of it. Mumpini steals. Dishes it off to Sydney. And Grogan puts it in for two. Bedford up by a pair.
Good finish with her left hand, too. She's cutting down the lane there to the left side and finished with her left hand for the first 2 points of the evening.
Now Ginta on the baseline takes a jumper, rims out. Grogan with the rebound, sends it up to King. King driving to the basket, lays it up and in. 4-0 Bedford.
Yeah, getting out quick in transition. It's tough to stop Bella King when she gets to her strong hand, her left, as she's driving the hoop.
Ginta with it now to Dakota. Booth over to Ginta. The three players along the perimeter trying to find a seam. They've got Gamlin down low. Now Echol, Tour, 3. That brings it to 4-3.
Yeah, the center showing some range there. He was out on the right-hand side, threw up a rainbow jumper from three-point land and got it to go.
And they're going to call a foul reaching in on Dakota Correa. That's going to be her first. Bedford with the inbound. Grogan to Mumpini. Drives to the baseline, gets it out to King for 3. And that's good. Isabella King with 5 points.
Yeah, she gets over for three-point lane, gets a little bit of window of opportunity. She's usually going to knock it down. Very solid shooter from deep.
Oh, Chol loses the dribble. Bedford takes it back. Another turnover by the Pioneers. Mumpini drives, dishes it off to number 21, Sydney Flazzo's in the game. She puts it up and in, about a 5-footer. And that puts Bedford up 9-3.
There's a quick correction. I think that was Catherine Pennick, number 20, Harry. It's tough to see the numbers up here. No worries. King comes away with the defensive rebound and gets out in transition again.
Gets it to Mumpini in the corner for 3, and that's good.
A quick 12-3 lead here with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Bedford holds a 9-point lead as they've taken advantage of their transition opportunities.
Now Ginta drives to the baseline, gets pinned in by Pennick. Correa takes a jumper, misses everything. Rebound by King. Here she comes the other way, driving, gets it to Pennick. Pennick lays it in.
Yeah, good drive and dish by Isabella King. Drove with her left, drew 2, passed with her right hand to a cutting Pennick along the right side of the lane, and she finishes for another 2. And as you mentioned, 11-point lead, 14-3, 4:26 left in the first quarter.
And a timeout called by the Trinity coaching staff, wanting to talk things over with their girls, trying to get themselves back into the game. Really only one shot landing for them, and that was a 3 by Achol Tour. Meanwhile, Bedford's been spreading the wealth around. Isabella King leading with 5 points. Catherine Pennick with 4. Peeny with 3. Grogan with 2.
And as it usually does, it starts on the defensive end. If you can get some of those turnovers into transition or missed shots into transition, your offense usually comes quickly if your defense is locked down.
And Corey, early before the game started, you had predicted that Isabel King would be in for a big game because you didn't think they had somebody to match up with her. And so far, that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, she got out to a quick 5 points of the first 14. 2 assists as well.
Ginta's layup, too hard off the backboard. That rims out. Bedford recovers. And here's a 2-pointer for King. Bounces, gets out. Lana McCarthy had a hit at it, but she couldn't put it in. Finally, Sydney Grogan with the rebound.
Yes, cleaning up the scraps in the middle of the lane. The ball falls to the shortest player on the court, and she's able to bounce it off the backboard for her 4th point.
Now Ginta controls it, gets it inside to Chol, off her hands. Another turnover. Grogan driving. Mumpini to the basket. Gets it to Lana McCarthy, who puts it up. Or was that King?
That was King.
That was King.
7 points for King.
The two players are so close to each other. Wasn't sure which one had it, but either way, it's an 18-3 lead now for Bedford. Over the timeline comes Booth.
Bedford switched into a 2-3 defense now, a zone defense.
Ginta's shot hits the back of the rim, bounces out, rebound by King. Into the Bedford end, down low to Mumpini. She's going to try another three. Too short, but the rebound to Bedford. And now finally, Trinity picks up the loose ball, brings it the other way.
Now, offensive board by Catherine Pennick there. Couldn't get the baseline jumper to go.
Now Ginta with another shot. That one's off the mark. Rebound Bedford. Mumpini. Pennick drives the baseline. Gets it in. Actually gets it to Pennick. That was King who drove the baseline, dished it to Pennick, and she gets the 2. She's got 6 points right now. Trinity with Booth. Achol trying another 3. That one rims out. And a rebound by Trinity, but dual possession there. They're going to say jump ball, and it's a possession arrow for Bedford, so they'll take over. 20-3 is the score. 2:21 to go here in the first, and another timeout. I think this one's called by the Bedford team.
So it looks like Ava Dubois and Emma Kazajansky will check into the game, I believe, for Sydney Grogan and Catherine Pennick. Mumpini, McCarthy, and King will round out your 5 for the Bulldogs.
And I'm sure Kevin Gibbs wants them to keep doing what they're doing, running that fast pace, transition ball, getting down the court quickly. They've been shooting pretty hot. They haven't missed too many shots.
We may see them very defense here, too. They started out in a man-to-man, went to a 2-3. Perhaps they get the Bulldogs some opportunity to cycle through a few different sets, both on offense and defense. Trinity has really struggled to get some solid looks on offense. They've been working the ball around. As you know, Achol Tour hit that deep 3-pointer to give them their only points. She had a couple other looks, a couple other jumpers that have been just inside the 3-point line, but none of them have fallen.
Now Bedford with the inbound. Mumpini will get into Ava Dubois. 2:17 to play here in the first. Dubois still with it. Her pass is blocked, picked up by Booth, and now here's a fast break. Ginta lays it up and good.
Good left-handed layup by Ginta. Drove the left side of the lane, was able to finish with her left.
Now King draws a foul, block called on Achol Tour. That's going to be her first. And the second team foul on the Pioneers. Mumpini will inbound the ball at the baseline, just behind the basket.
As you see many teams do, they switch into a 2-3 defense on the inbound from under their hoop.
Isabella King loses the handle, and Trinity gets another turnover. Ginta with a shot from the free throw line. That's good. So back-to-back points for Trinity, cuts it to 20-7 Bedford.
It's a good open jumper by Ginta there. Saw some daylight, pulled the trigger, and got it to go.
King drives the basket and gets a positive roll and scores. That brings her up to 9 points so far, 22-7 Bedford.
She's really elusive when she gets that strong hand. It's tough to stop her.
Long 3 by Dakota. Dakota Correa, no good. Bedford brings it back. King to Dubois, driving, and decides to take it, but loses handle. I guess it gets knocked out of her hand, and it's going to be it's going to stay with Bedford, as I believe Booth was the one who got the hand on it.
It's a good strong move by Dubois. Got pretty close to the rim, but as you mentioned, Booth got her hand in and knocked it away.
And Mumpini's out of the game. Did you catch who came in? Number 23, Lagulan.
Yep. Sophia Lagulan makes her first appearance of the evening.
There's a hook shot by Lana McCarthy, no good. Achol Tour was able to block that. Trinity with the rebound. Now Ginta tries to drive, pulls up. She's got Emma
Good
Kazajanski
steal
on
by
it.
Dubois.
Now Dubois still with it. Double team, almost lost the ball, trying to find an outlet. Gets it to Kazajanski. Out to Lagulon. Now King for three. Good.
Got it.
And 12 points now for Isabella King. Just 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Dakota Correa to Booth, who thinks about a three, pulls it down. Gets it into a Chol Tour. Out to Ginta. Her shot rims out. 8 seconds to go. Bedford gets the rebound. One more scoring opportunity here. Dubois with long lead pass. Puts the layup. Puts it under the rim. And that's going to do it for this period. A solid one for the Bulldogs. 24-7 they lead.
Yeah, Trinity struggled to find the offensive touch throughout that first quarter as Bedford was applying some pressure defense and corralling most of those defensive rebounds, securing the boards, and then getting out on the break like we mentioned a few minutes ago. So that leads to that 24-7 lead.
And a quick run of the scores, a rundown for you. As we mentioned, Isabella King with 12 points. Catherine Pennick is the number 2 scorer. She's got 6. Sydney Grogan with 2, and Sophia Mompini with a 3. No foul shot so far in the first period. On the Trinity side, Colby Ginta leads with 4, and Achol Tour has a 3. And this might be a good time to wish one of our viewers well. Flo Alley, thank you very much for being a regular viewer of our basketball broadcast here on BCTV. We appreciate it. We appreciate our fans, and we know that a lot of them are out there watching.
Yeah, it's great we're able to broadcast these games both on BCTV and WBNH on the radio and TV feeds to get obviously the limited participation in fans this year. Due to unfortunate circumstances, they're still able to see it
this year that we do this. And that's why, Corey, you've volunteered your time to come and call these games with us. We really do appreciate it.
It's all for the love of the game, Harry.
Exactly. The love of the game. And we start the second quarter with Trinity in control. They've got Booth being watched by Dubois. She gets it down to Tour. Give and go back to Dakota Correa. Now she drives and puts up a high archer that bounces off the rim and is picked up by Kazajanski for Bedford. Kazajanski gets it over to Dubois, who loses control momentarily, recovers. Being watched by Booth. Kazajanski or Dubois now gets it to the top of the key to King, and they're going to wave that off.
Yeah, Ava Dubois took an extra step there. She's going to get called for the travel, so we're going to have a turnover. Trinity will take it out from their own end. And Bedford has switched back to their man-to-man defense.
Booth with it for Trinity. Dubois on her. Down low to number 12. That's Lo Gamlin. And it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, defensive pressure led to a tough pass to a guarded player. It gets deflected out, and the Bulldogs will take possession.
So 7 minutes to go here in the half. Isabella King, who's played the entire game so far, being watched by Ginta, changes direction, lays it up and in. That was a nice move.
Yeah, it was good crossover between the legs. Got to her strong hand again and got to the hoop. And now she comes up with a steal.
From Ginta, long lead pass too far for Dubois. That's going to go out of bounds, and possession goes back to Trinity.
We'll have some more substitutions as Sydney Grogan comes back into the game for King, and Devlin McDonald makes her first appearance tonight for Kazajanski as she takes a seat.
Booth has been in the game since the beginning. She brings it in for Dakota Correa. Now Ginta at the three-point line takes the shot. Tour tries to get the rebound, but can't hold on to it. Bedford recovers it, and they come the other way. Sydney Grogan with the ball now. Over to Dubois. Back to Grogan. She's in the corner. Pennick back to Grogan, and the officials say that was a travel. Another turnover here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really young squad out here for the Bulldogs right now. Pennick's the junior, but everybody else is an underclassman. As we have Devlin McDonald and Sophia Lagulon, who are freshmen. Grogan and Dubois, both sophomores.
Ginta's shot no good. Rebound to Grogan. Drives, pulls up now at the three-point line. To Ava Dubois. Back to Grogan. Grogan calling out a play.
Coach Gibbs getting some of his younger players some time. Ooh,
Now
good
here's a
step
nice
through.
turnaround by Sophia Lagulon. She gets two right there.
She's going to get called for a travel before the two, though. It looked like a nice step through, but unfortunately the referees thought she picked up her pivot foot. So that bucket will get called off. And Bedford switches back to their 2-3 defense.
5:31 to play here in the half, and it's 26-7 Bedford. Now, Chol Tour, pointer from the foul line is good. Tour has 5 points. Now, Sydney Grogan over the mid-stripe to Lagulon. Down low to Grogan. Fakes the pass, now drives to the basket, lays it up. Too hard. Goes out the backboard, but she gets the ball right back and puts it in. And that's 6 points for Grogan.
Yeah, Grogan gets that basket, but that play is made by Catherine Pennick getting a hand on the loose ball rebound. She tapped it over to Grogan, who was able to convert on the layup.
Booth's layup is no good. Bedford with the rebound. Grogan decides to take it coast to coast, but it's blocked by Tour. Now here come the Pioneers the other way. Ball comes loose. There's a scrum. And they finally come up with it. Good play there. Booth brings back in. Over to Ginta. Ginta double team, tries to underhand it, and she's going to draw a foul.
Yeah, Ava Dubois was getting scrappy there. She's body's flying all over the floor in the backcourt. She's making it tough for the Trinity team to bring it up. And there she just reached in a little too aggressively and will pick up the foul.
And that's her first. And this is going to be the first shots on the charity stripe for either team. Colby Ginta, the first one is good. That gives her 5 points on the game. 28-10 now, Bedford.
Substitution as Sophia Diaz comes in for Trinity, and Dakota Correa will go to the bench.
And the second one, Ginta puts on too hard, but Trinity gets the rebound. Grogan knocks the pass out of bounds. It'll stay with the Pioneers.
Good anticipation. She got into the passing lane, but it was a somewhat feeble pass and wasn't able to come up with it, tipped it, and went out of bounds.
Now Ginta gets it inside to Tour. She can't quite get the layup. Bedford gets the rebound. Now Catherine Pennick. Back to Grogan. Handling the ball over to Ava Dubois. She tries to drive, goes right into 3 different Pioneers and loses the ball, turns it over. And Ginta comes back the other way, finds a seam, lays it up, too hard. Bedford rebound. Grogan over to Lagulon, and she gets pummeled by Tour. No question there. That's going to send her to the line.
Stayed strong, went to the basket strong with her right hand along the right-hand side of the lane. Took a good shot from Tour, and she'll go to the line for 2.
So Sophia Lagulon, no points in the game so far. This will be her first chance, I think, to put something in the ledger.
And Tour's going to take a seat on the bench. She's getting substituted out.
And that rims out, no good, but she'll get a second one. Dribbling the ball. And that also no good. Rebound to Trinity. Correa brings it over the timeline to Ginta. Watched by Dubois. She tries. Too short, but she's going to draw the foul from Dubois, her second. And Ginta goes back to the line.
Tough. It looked like the defender, Catherine Pennick, had gotten body position, but she's going to get called for a block. And as you mentioned, Ginta will go back to the line.
And she sinks her first shot. That gives her 6 points and 11 for the Pioneers.
Wholesale substitutions for the Bulldogs as the entire five will take a seat. We'll have McCarthy, Kazajansky, Mumpini, Olivia King, and Isabella King will take the floor for the Bulldogs.
And Tour comes back in for the Pioneers. Second shot is good. 28-12 now, 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. Mumpini lost control there momentarily, tries to drive. And she draws a foul. I think Tour got that one too. That's going to be, I believe, her third.
Yep, that's her third foul. You're right.
So early foul trouble there for Achol Tour.
She's probably going to take a seat for that. Yep, she's going to head to the bench as number 12, Laura Gamelin, comes back in.
They're not going to call it a shooting foul. So it's just a possession in bounds for the Bulldogs. Lana McCarthy turns around, can't get the layup. Gets a rebound, but it goes off her hands and out of bounds. So Trinity will take over.
Yeah, unfortunate there. It actually looked like Lana McCarthy was battling with Olivia King, both trying to get the offensive rebound, and it deflected out. Trinity ball.
So Booth over to Carolyn Burley, who's in the game for Achol Tour. Here's a shot by Ginta, turnaround jumper, no good, off the backboard hard. Mumpini picks up the rebound, drives, gets it inside to Lana McCarthy, who puts it up and gets it. Actually, the first shot attempt there was by Olivia King.
Yeah, Olivia King found herself open on the low block. Just lost control of the ball as she went up, but McCarthy got that offensive board.
And now there's going to be a reach-in foul by Isabella King on Dakota Correa.
Tough call there. Seemed like a no call on that one. She'll pick up her first. That's only the third team foul, so no real foul trouble on the Bedford side.
Taking all of 5 seconds to get the ball in bounds there. And they're going to say that
Kazajan is going to pick up a foul. Good rip through by Ginta, getting her space along the baseline there. You got Kazajansky to get a little too aggressive. One on Kazajansky.
So Gam will take care of the inbound here to Ginta. It's knocked away by Kazajansky. The ball will stay with Trinity. 30-12, Bulldogs in the lead. 2:24 to go in this half. And now another inbound is tipped and recovered by Bedford. Isabella King brings it in. Drives, baseline jumper, rims out, rebound by Olivia King. And then Mumpini takes a shot, that's short. Kazajansky with the rebound. Bedford gets another opportunity here. Isabella King for two, it's good.
Yeah, deadly jump shooter when she gets time and space, as I mentioned previously. Left hand, smooth shot, great rotation. She cashes for her 16th point of the night.
Dakota Correa's shot is short, but Trinity gets the rebound. Now, Correa with another one. Bounces out, no good. Lana McCarthy with the rebound. Bounces it to King. She tries a three and nails it. Got so many buckets, I can't even count them here real quick.
19 on the game. What was I telling you, Harry?
Big time. You're right. Now Burley for Trinity. Dishes it back to Gamelin, who tries a three. Doesn't drop. Kazajansky, the rebound to Mumpini. King inside to Lana McCarthy to give and go is good.
Good feed.
That's 4 for McCarthy.
Yeah, King, when she's hot, she starts drawing a crowd. As soon as they saw her around the three-point line, they bit up and gave an open passing lane to McCarthy down low.
Booth over to
Dakota Correa. Misses from the elbow.
Now the give and go. Kazajansky with two.
Bedford pushes it to a 26-point lead here, 38-12 with 30 seconds left in the first half.
We'll see if the Pioneers hold for the last possession. Ginta tried to pass it to Gamlin, but Gamlin didn't see it, and the ball goes to Bedford. Lana McCarthy going all the way. Rolls off the rim, but Jansen's there for the second bucket. 10 seconds to go. Booth drives, goes to the basket, lays it up too hard. Bedford gets it back. They've got 5 seconds here to do something with it. King driving, takes a three, and no good. That's going to do it for the first half. Big one for the Bulldogs. 40 points to just 12 for the Trinity Pioneers.
Great first half by the Bulldogs. As we always talk about, it starts on the defensive end. They were putting pressure, getting hands in the passing lane, and securing defensive rebounds. They put it on them. We'll see if they can continue their strong half into the second.
And we will be bringing you that second half in just a few minutes. Right now, we're going to throw things back on the radio station, and we'll take a break here on the TV side. 40-12 is the score. Another half to come here between Bedford and Trinity. You're watching BCTV and listening to Bedford 105.1. Back at Bedford High School, 40-12 is the score. Bulldogs out in front in this one. We're going to have second half action here in just a moment. Running down the scoring so far for Bedford, Sophia Mumpini with 3 points, Sydney Grogan with 6, Emma Jansky with 4, Catherine Pennick with 6, and Isabella King, she put in 19 to lead all scorers so far, and Lana McCarthy with 4. And then for the Trinity side, just 2 scorers. Colby Ginta had 7 points, 3 of 4 from the foul line, and Achol Tour has the other 5 points. So that's 40-12 is your score right now.
Yes. Story to watch in the second half is if Achol Tour can stay on the court here. She has 3 fouls coming into the third quarter here. As you mentioned, she's one of the 2 scorers for Trinity. Plays a big part of their game, both on the offensive and defensive end. And it's going to be critical for Trinity if they have any hope to keep her in the game.
Well, they got a big deficit to overtake here, 28 points right now.
So I'll bring you the action here in the second half as Mumpini inbounds to Grogan. She'll bring it up. McCarthy gets the ball stolen by Achol Tour. Good defensive play as she brings it into the front court, gives to Dakota Korea, and they'll set up their offense. Dribbles left, now back to her right. Tour in by the three-point line, takes 2 steps and gets the runner to go for her 7th point.
I think she might have got away with a little Euro step there.
The Euro step is completely legal. A travel is not, though, Harry. And yes, she did look a little awkward on that, but did not get called, and we'll take the 2.
And the ball goes off the foot of Achol Tour, so it'll stay with Bedford ball here.
Grogan inbounds along the left baseline under their offensive basket, finds King, who will shoot the 3. It's up, and it's no good. Pennick with the offensive rebound, finds Grogan, but she'll go out. Finds Mumpini for 3 from the top of the key, no good. And Tour with the rebound, kicks out to Booth. In transition, they find Ginta. She pulls away from pressure. Isabella King checking her. Ginta looks for help. Drives lefty. Will pull up. No good. Offensive board to Booth. And they'll pull it out and reset. Dakota Korea drives lefty. Does not get it to go. Mumpini comes away with the ball. Pushes it up floor. Mumpini to King along the right side of the arc. Nice dump into McCarthy, but she's blocked by Tour on a great defensive play. Pennick with the offensive rebound, can't get it to go. And Laura Gamelin will come around with the defensive rebound.
Achol Tour with 7 points, but also a lot of defensive plays that are helping the Pioneers out a lot here.
Yeah, excellent block there. She'll take a 3. No good. Mumpini with the board. And she'll bring it up court, looking for somebody open in transition. Won't find it, and they'll go to 5-on-5 set. Mumpini, Grogan. Grogan dribbles left with her left. Sees some daylight, kicks it back out for Lana McCarthy. Deep 2, does not go. Defensive board by Korea, but she's going to get called for a travel as she fell to court.
Yeah, she hit her head a little bit. She seems okay.
Tough kid. She's a Bedford native. Seen her play some other sports. Getting a good opportunity here with Trinity. Mumpini drives baseline. Finds McCarthy, who shoots a jumper. Can't get that to go. Grogan offensive board. Pennick along the right side. Dribbles left. Back to Grogan. Grogan will reset at the top of the key. Over to McCarthy. Down low. Pennick can't handle the ball, but it falls to King, who looks to dump it in and can't get the little jumper to fall.
Yeah, sometimes those under the basket ones are the hardest to get.
Very true. So scramble on the offensive side for Trinity. They can't get that to go. Mumpini can't get the transition layup to go.
Oh,
and we're going to get a
foul.
Yeah, we're going to get a foul on Korea. Her 2nd of the game.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a jump ball there, but Korea grabbed King's arm and yanked her to the ground out of frustration.
So Bedford inbounds under their offensive basket, 4-14, 5 minutes left in the third. King open for 3, can't get it to go. And Korea comes up with the defensive board, gets out in transition. She's going to have numbers. Back to the foul line. Dishes. Diaz can't hit the jumper.
That was off the mark.
And Grogan into the front court. Mumpini looks to a cutting King, takes a step back, finds Pennick along the baseline, and back to Grogan out at the top of the key. Pennick on the baseline into McCarthy, spins, lefty, can't get the hook to go. Scramble for the board, and they're going to call a jump.
And
that'll go to Trinity.
Possession arrow going toward Trinity. Bedford yet to score. Almost halfway through this period, this third quarter.
Had some good looks, just hasn't fallen for him. King with an open three she normally hits. A little bunny in the lane that she normally hits. A couple other real close shots. They just haven't gone. As Tour gets it on the block, she'll force that up, miss it. And now Bedford will have numbers as it's a 5-on-4. Tour is slow to get back on the defensive side. And they don't take advantage of it. Grogan along the baseline. Ooh, good hand in there by Booth. Pennick comes away with it on the scramble.
Good pull, avoiding the jump ball there.
McCarthy dribbles. Back out to Grogan, over to King. King drives right-handed, goes for the scoop, and that's going to get blocked, but it'll stay Bedford ball.
Yeah, Booth got her hand on that. The underhanded layup, knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay with Bedford.
3:33 left here in the third quarter. Bedford still sitting on that 40 number. 40-14.
Really only one bucket in this game, scored by a Chol. I mean, this half, I should say. 2 points, all that was done in this third quarter so far.
Mumpini along the baseline, she'll hit it too. She has 5, and there they have broken the ice in the second half, 42-14. They'll go back into their no, that's a man. Booth fiddles up top of the key. Hand off to Tour. She'll drive lefty and get it stolen by Mumpini. They're out on the break.
2-on-2, and now they pull up.
Well, Lana McCarthy was standing there down on the block for about 10 seconds wide open, and Grogan finally saw her, dumped it down. She'll get an easy deuce. 44-14, 2:45 left in the third. Well, they were quiet to start. 2 quick baskets, and they push it to a 30-point lead.
With 2:45 to go here. Don't forget, we're going to be back on the TV and radio at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon game. It's going to be the Trinity Pioneers against the Bedford Bulldogs boys in hockey. That's going to come from Sullivan Arena on the campus of St. Anselm. We'll have the call for you beginning at 4 o'clock right here on Bedford 105.1 and BCTV 23 and 1072. High definition 1072.
High def, man. Bill Jennings, he runs a tight ship over here.
As does George Cox, who's on our camera.
Appreciate it, George. Well done, sir.
Bill's on the graphics. How you know the score.
Wondering when Bill's going to get us some instant replay. He's still hoping he can get that into the budget at some point.
That's on Santa's wish list.
So Trinity brings it up. Booth drives hard right hand, gives it to Korea.
Booth almost traveled there.
Korea drives lefty, gives it to Carolyn Burley. Over to Tour, who can't hit the jumper. Pennick cannot corral the rebound, but it gets tipped out from either Ginta or Burley. Couldn't tell who got the hand in, but it's going to be Bedford ball. So Tour, Burley, Ginta, Booth, and Korea on the floor for Trinity. Isabella King, Mumpini, Pennick, Dubois, and Kazajansky will round out the Bedford 5. Mumpini gets it stolen by Korea.
Yeah, she took her eye off the ball to call a play, and that's when she got her pocket picked.
Yeah, just getting a little lax there with the ball. And now Tour's open. She'll take a 3. It's up, and it's good. 10 points now for Tour. 2 threes and buckets. As she comes away with the steal, she'll get out on the break. Righty layup is no good, but she'll draw the foul by Dubois.
One rimmed out.
and go to the line for two.
Yeah, Tour's been getting a lot done here on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Big part of the Trinity game, and we'll see how her foul shooting is here in a second.
I just noticed the two-tone sneakers. I don't know if that's by design or if one's a therapeutic shoe.
Okay, come on, Harry. You're out of touch here, buddy. This is
I
a
am.
generational thing here.
I am.
The youngsters like wearing two different shoes.
I'm an old fart. What can I tell you?
Tour with her second. A couple of bounces, a spin, and it's true. She hits both and will get her 12th point of the game, and it goes 44-19. Bedford with the lead. And now Korea comes away with another steal. She's out on the break. Can't find a trailer.
Yeah, she got too far under the basket and had to dump it off, but there was nobody to dump it to.
Well, King drives hard, can't get it with the left. But Pennick gets the offensive rebound. Dubois is going to reset. Dubois over to King. Pennick, right baseline. Foul line for Kazajansky, but Dakota Korea makes another steal. Good aggressive defense by her. Getting into the passing lane, coming up with at least her third steal of the game. Down on the baseline to Ginta. Ginta drives hard and gets the runner to go.
And that's her 9th point of the game. Under a minute to play here in the third quarter. 44-21, Bedford.
Kazajansky fakes the three, finds Pennick underneath, but can't corral it as Burley got a hand in.
Yeah, Caroline Burley broke up that play. 42.8 seconds to go.
Kazajansky inbounds to King, who's wide open, takes one power dribble and puts it in for her 21st point of the game.
And that's her first one in this third quarter, second half.
Burley, jumper. King at the board on the defensive side. She'll bring it up with 30 seconds left.
Ginta almost guilty of a foul there. The official let it go.
King settles. Kazajansky down to Pennick. Spin to her right hand in the middle of the lane. Get it to go. Tour with the defensive board.
12 seconds to play.
Booth dribbles. Finds Tour. 8-7.
Oh.
She's going to turn it over. We'll see. Maybe Coach Gibbs wants to set up a play with 3.7 seconds left here, or maybe he'll just call it out from the bench.
Yeah, that pass for Dakota Korea, a little too high there from Tour. Gives Bedford one more possession with 3.7 seconds to go.
King drives hard, gets a shot from the foul line, and that'll go. Nice little runner. Left hand, strong hand for her. Gets it to go from the free throw line. That's her 23rd. And Bedford goes up 48-21 at the end of the third quarter.
And Isabella King leads all scorers with 23 points. The last two right there at the buzzer. She leads the way for everybody. And for the rest of the scoring, it's Mumpini's got 5. Grogan still at 6. Kazajansky at 4. Pennick with 6. Isabella King, as we mentioned, at 23 points. And Lana McCarthy has 6. And on the Trinity side, Colby Ginta has 9, and Achol Tour has
12.
12. Thank you.
That's all. 2 scorers throughout the entire game. They've been trying to keep their team in it here, but it is a challenge. You can't spread the scoring around. If you only get it from 2 people, your defense can really key in on it.
And really, the biggest chunk of this deficit came early in the first quarter, where Trinity was just ice cold, couldn't get anything to fall. Since then, they've been playing a little closer, but they've given up about 20 points of lead just on that first quarter alone.
Yeah, and the Bedford defense made it hard, but I wouldn't say they were playing, exceptionally good defense. It was strong.
And a foul right there, Dakota Korea rolling into Isabel King on that inbound.
That'll be her 3rd foul. LeGoulon takes it out and gives it to King again. King shakes it off. Looks like her left leg was hampered a little bit there. Tough pass by LeGoulon as she looks down for Pennick, but King steps into the passing lane and she'll get a nice easy bucket on a turnover. A little bit of a scramble, and King just waited her turn, sneaking into the passing lane. Nice steal. Boot to Tour. Tour's going to drive right-handed. Can't get it to go. Kazajansky comes away with the rebound. Lagulon dives, dishes back to Kazajansky, to King. Pennick back to King. And now they're going to set up an offensive play here. Lagulon along the right side. Pennick to the baseline. Back out to Dubois. Good cut by Lagulon. She'll hit a jumper from the elbow.
And her first points of the game.
Nice cut, showed her hands. She was available and open. Caught the pass, nice little turn, and she buries the J.
Bedford by 31 here with 6:48 to play.
So Gamlin to Tour. Tour drives lefty, takes her 2 steps, can't get the basket to go, and King comes away with the board. King to Dubois, she'll take a second, find Pennick near the elbow, and she'll miss the shot. Kazajansky with the board, can't get it. King with the offensive board, she's going to get fouled on the way up.
Plenty of chances there for the Bulldogs.
And King will go to the line for the first time tonight.
Yeah, her 25 points all from the court. Now she adds a free throw and a 26 point. Tour comes out of the game, as well as Gamlin. And coming in are Carolyn Burley and Sophia Diaz. And second free throw is good as well.
And Pennick will have a seat for the Bulldogs as Devlin McDonald comes in. Booth brings it up for Trinity. Finds Burley along the right side. Dakota at the top of the key. Dakota Correa back down to Ginta, who hits the baseline jumper. Her 11th point of the evening. King into the front court, finds Kazajansky, who fakes the 3, steps in. Can't hit the jumper. And Ginta with the rebound. Kazajansky checking Ginta around the top of the key. Correa with the open 3-pointer. Can't get the rainbow jumper to go, and McDonald comes away with the defensive board. Gulan to Kazajansky. She'll drive middle lefty. Short little jumper, can't get it.
Looked like her hand was hit on the way up there.
Burley with the rebound. Yep, I agree. Booth comes, drives hard righty. Finds Sophia Diaz, but short on that. Oh, and Booth comes away with a nice steal in transition, but can't get the layup. Dubois comes out, and she's going to travel. Yep. Coach Gibbs is going to take a timeout here with 5:07 left in the game. 54-23. Bedford leads the Trinity Pioneers.
I thought we were going to see our first Trinity player not named Ginta or Tour score a bucket. But no such luck.
Couldn't get it done, Harry. So these two teams will face off again on Thursday night at Trinity, 6:30 p.m. tip. Are we going to get that on their feed, or are we going to broadcast that at all, Harry? What's the deal with the programming?
On Thursday, you say?
Yes.
That's a good question. I'm not sure if they have a feed of their home games. We'll have to look into that. If there is one, then I'm sure Bill Jennings will get it on the BCTV side for everybody.
Maybe a Facebook Live kind of thing, or some kind of broadcast.
We'll look into that. I think, actually, now that I think about it, they do have some kind of streaming. I don't know if it's hosted or if it's just a camera with ambient sound. But we'll look into that, and just keep an eye on BCTV, the schedule, and we'll if the game is available, we'll put it on for you, or at least have it on one of our streaming channels.
Sounds good. Trinity will take the ball out here. Correa inbounds to Booth. Over to Diaz. Diaz finds Ginta, takes a step back, tough shot, almost gets the fall, but back rims it. And Dubois comes away with the defensive rebound. She calmly and confidently takes it up the court. Lagulon to Olivia King. To Lagulon. McDonald back out to Kazajansky. Olivia King looked at the 3, didn't want to take it. Dubois can't get the late rebound, the layup to go. And boots out on the break. She'll get blocked by Kazajanski, who hustles back. And gets a nice defensive play to tip that ball out of bounds. Trinity will get the ball, but Kazajanski prevents that layup.
And Riley leads the game now for Trinity, and Riley Lysinskis comes in the first action of the night.
Ginta, strong move to the right, and she'll get to go. 13 for her now. Dubois brings it up. Trinity playing a zone defense here. Ooh, good look. Olivia King back to Dubois, who's going to drive baseline. She's going to catch a foul. Sophia Diaz is going to pick it up.
And she'll go to the line now.
Ooh, they're going to give her continuation here. Looks like we might be in the NBA now, Harry. Yeah, I thought it was on the floor, too.
Yeah,
they're going to
change
correct
their
that.
mind.
Yep. Yeah, that was on the floor. So Dubois will inbound under their offensive basket. She finds Kazajanski, but Kazajanski has it slip away. But then gets a hand in on the defensive side as Ginta was driving. Kazajanski over to Dubois. She'll get hacked
And
pretty hard.
And she will get the foul line here.
She was definitely in the act of shooting there. Took a bit of a tumble, but she'll get rewarded with 2 shots.
That ball hung on the rim there for a minute, thinking about which way to go. Unfortunately, it decided to go out.
Wanted to see the old school 3-point play, didn't you, Harry?
I did. But she'll just have to settle. Ava Dubois for a couple from the free throw. She got the first one. Another new player coming in, Nevada Rocco Achak for the Pioneers, number 23.
Dubois good on the second end, too. 2 strong shots there. 56-25, 3:45 left in the game. Bedford leads. Dubois defense on Ginta. Ginta's had herself a nice game here. She hasn't gotten a lot of help on the scoring side. She's going to miss that layup. And Lugulan comes away with the defensive board and brings it up court, finds Olivia King. King, Kazajanski, that gets deflected, but Lugulan corrals that. She'll pull up for a jumper, too strong. But Bedford gets the offensive board again. Kazajanski, nice little move, goes to her left, fakes the shot at the elbow, drives lefty, and now, Harry, you'll get a chance to see the old school 3-point play as she got hacked.
She did. She got kind of a shove there from Diaz as she went to the basket. That's Diaz's second foul of the game.
I thought that might be her third. But it says second up on the scoreboard. It's Kazajanski hits her foul shot. She has 7. 3 minutes to go here. 34-point lead for the Bulldogs. Tour drives lefty, dishes it. Finds Lysinska, and Harry, that's the scoring punch that you were looking for from a
the
different
bench.
name. Yes.
Bench scoring. Lysinskis with 2 right there.
Olivia King throws a 3-pointer up there. Can't get it to go. A little strong. But they get the offensive rebound again. Lugulan finds King again. Finds Devlin McDonald. She can't get her jumper to go. And Trinity's out on a break after a tour rebound. Burley, some daylight. Can't get a jumper to go. Lugulan comes away with the board. She finds Dubois at the top of the key. Drives, dishes. Devlin McDonald, and that's good.
That's going to be a 2.
So the youngsters are getting some quality playing time here, as we mentioned. Olivia King, a sophomore, in there. Devlin McDonald, a freshman. Kazajanski is a junior, but Lugulan is a freshman, and Dubois is a sophomore. So young team out there for Coach Gibbs, as McDonald gets another not quite to go. Bounced around the rim and is deflected out. So Trinity will get possession. Burley comes back into the game for Booth on the Trinity side, and she'll bring it up. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Gamelin will bring it up.
Oh, that was a mistake right there. The pass back to Tour while Tour still had a foot behind the timeline. They're going to call an over and back there.
You know, I know the official needs to do his job and all, but that's got to be one you just let go. That was really close. They're getting killed. You got to just let that one go. King along the baseline finds McDonald cutting. Ooh, can't get it to go, but Legulon with the offensive board. Finds Kazajanski. Back to Dubois. She'll fake. Down to Olivia King. She's too strong, but Kazajanski, ooh, can't clean it up as that rims out. Devlin McDonald. Back down to Kazajanski.
They put the carnival rims up here
Yeah.
in the second half.
There it is. Olivia King gets her bucket to go. Baseline jumper. We've got a lot of folks in the scoring book tonight. 64-27, 50 seconds to go. Tour can't get that to go, and Legulon pulls down another defensive rebound. She's had several tonight. 5 to go. As the Bulldogs will work it around.
Yeah, I think Gibbs will just have run out the clock here.
I don't know. Looks like Olivia King might shoot. Yep.
She does.
There you go, and she'll get another bucket, 2 in a row. She has 4 points. 17 to go. Dakota Correa into the front court. Back up to Tour along the top of the key. She gets it back. She's going to drive lefty. Gets it up. Hard off the backboard. Legulon gets another defensive rebound, and that'll do it for tonight. 66-27 is your final score. Bedford Bulldogs take one from the Trinity Pioneers. Isabella King with a night. She had 27 points on a variety of 2s and 3s, a couple from the free throw line. Harry, what's the rest of the scoring look like?
Well, Sophia Mumpini ended up with 5 points. Sydney Grogan with 6, all in the first half. Emma Kazajanski with 6. Catherine Pennick with 6, also in the first half. Devlin McDonald got 1 in the second, actually a bucket, 2 points in the second half. Same with Sophia Legulon with 2. Olivia King scoring 4, all in the second. Isabella King, as you mentioned, with 27 points. And Lana McCarthy finished with 6. On the Trinity side, it was Colby Ginta, the leading scorer, with 13. Achol Tour right behind her with 12. And Riley Lisinskis was the sole other scorer for the Pioneers with 2. And that does it right there.
It's been a pleasure to call the game with you again tonight, Harry.
Thank you, Corey. Always good to have you along. And I believe you'll be joining us again on Friday for the boys Trinity Bedford contest. We'll have that here at 6:30 p.m.
Indeed, I will.
And don't forget, tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon, it's going to be Pioneers in Bedford in hockey from St. A's. We'll have that call for you on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. So for Corey, for George, for Bill, and all of us on the BCTV WBNH crew, so long, everybody.